the role of this particular attachment. So we have already seen that this is a attachment, right? This is an external attachment. But if there is a mistake here, it is going to affect the audio that we are going to record in the camera, right? So whenever this is turned off, you can see this is turned off. It means this entire console is turned off and the camera automatically detects external mic, or if no external mic is connected, it will automatically use the inbuilt mics that are there. Either you can use inbuilt mics that are there, else if you have a external mic like this, you can turn it off, no problem, and then connect it to the mic option. Can you see mic? So you just have to remove it and then connect it to the mic's aux cable in this first socket. But the second one is for, so then you can just turn it off and then your camera will record proper audio. So it's always better to go for, so you can see the headphone option here. So it's always better to use a 3.5 mm headphone and then insert it here inside this headphone socket, and then always monitor the audio that is being recorded in the camera. So now we'll push it again to camera. So we'll see what is the audio that's getting recorded, right? So we pushed it to camera. You can see it's picking up inbuilt the inbuilt the inbuilt mic is picking up all the information. You can see it by the audio levels in the bottom, right? So this is telling you that inbuilt mic is recording or is able to hear the audio. But simultaneously you have to check what is going on in the top, right? So here this attachment is off. So let's see what happens if we turn it on. So can you see here, now we have turned the attachment on. So since we have turned the attachment on, the camera is going to assume we are going to get audio from the receiver here. So because of that, the camera is not going to record any audio on its own. So when we look at the bottom, you can see that there is no audio being recorded, or proper audio is not being recorded. So that's why if you turn it off on the other hand, so whenever you turn it off, when you're not using it, when you're not using any external mics via XLR in this attachment, it's always better to turn it off. Without turning it off, the chances of ending up with an audio without a video without audio is very high. So it's always better to turn this middle button to off. If you don't turn it to off, you will end up with audio, you will end up with video without audio. So let's check out what does these things do on the top, right? So whenever you want to connect external mic, so we use the option here. So if the mic has inbuilt power, you can turn it to mic. If the mic doesn't have inbuilt power, you can turn it to mic plus 48 volt fathom power, right? So here you have channel 1 manual or auto. Here you have channel 2 manual or auto. So depending on the mics you use, you can change it. This is the level for channel 1 and channel 2. Even if you do all this, there are some settings in the menu which you can access by going to the menu button here. So once you press the menu button here, you can see there are some options that you have to change here in order for the mic to work, right? in order for the mic to work. So let me do it again. So you can see, even for this menu to work, you have to turn this on. Only if you turn this on, this menu will show. Otherwise, this menu is not going to show. So you can see channel 2 input. So usually it's set to input 1, which means channel 2 is also going to receive the same input of channel 1. So we don't want that. If we are using two mics, we use input 2 here. So if you do this, now you are ready to receive two inputs from two different mics. And then here you should have it turned on. And then here you can use channel 1, channel 2, whether you want to put it to auto or manual. Here you can adjust the levels and you can check it. It will reflect here in the bottom. You can check what is going to happen, right? So if you don't want to end up without an audio without a video, it's always a video without an audio. It's always better to turn this off. Okay. So whenever you're not using an external mic, keep this off. That way you can check it out whenever you open. Camera is going to receive the signal here, right? Check. So you can see, so both this channel should be in auto, then channel 1 and channel 2 should be in auto, and then you turn it off. You turn this off. That's when you're going to get audio on the mic, inbuilt mic. Otherwise you need an external mic. So unless you are using an external mic, you can keep this channel 1 auto, channel 2 auto, and turn it off, right? So yeah, that's how you use the handicam.